What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we're taking a look at another viewer's car. This is Bekir's AMG C43 Coupe, the W205 generation. It's from 2017 and it is not stock. So today I'm going to show you around it. We'll take a quick look at the spec and the car because we've covered it at length in the past already. And after that, we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. So AMG C43 is the AMG Light. They started out with a C450 and thought that maybe they would, take the AMG label to give the C450 a little bit more of premium feel and a sporty edge and stuff like that. So they decided to do the C43. It's got a V6 turbocharged, which is amazing. So compared to a C63, it's more of a comfortable daily under the radar AMG Light, and I do really like that recipe. So Bekir has changed his grille. So this is the Panamericana grille, which came later on C-Class AMGs. Of course, you get a different bumper for the C43 as well, which is nice. You also get these 19-inch AMG wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. This is a 225 tire at the front, and you get AMG performance brakes as well. Also get AMG adjustable dampers. We've got carbon mirror caps here, panoramic roof, 255 tires at the rear, so a little bit wider, and then you've got the classic C-Class rear with the rear lights that go into the trunk lid. I think the wraparound rear light, I think that's really nice. I think that's a very nice feature. The C43 also gets this specific AMG bumper with this fake vent in here, and Bekir has changed his diffuser and it now has this really fake carbon look on it, and these holes for the PDC. It's not the most sophisticated bumper, but I do get that, if you want a bit more of an aggressive rear, this is nice with that Formula 1 style light, but I would just get that in piano black because this is, a little bit too fake for me. This is like a Brabus type exhaust tip, but the exhaust itself is standard, which means that it does have the AMG performance exhaust, which is really nice. That exhaust, even with the stock car, was super loud. Back in the day, I mean, it was, even then we thought that it was really loud. So let's take a look at the engine, and we've got another modification up here, which is, it's got decat downpipes as well. So 367 horsepower, 520 newton meters of torque stock, but with this MST performance intake, the decat downpipes and the tune, it's got 445 horsepower and 674 newton meters of torque, which is really nice. I really do like that upgrade. The intakes, you can hear them as long as you have your exhaust valve closed, because that exhaust, or well, mainly the decat downpipes, they are very loud. It's for me another example of why we always recommend people to get 200 cell or 100 cell, but at least get some kind of catalytic converter. Even if it's just a race cat, it takes out a little bit of that sharp edge in the sound. But I'll let you guys hear that in a sec as well. If we take a look at the interior, we've got the carbon fiber dash here with a nice analog clock there, which is a nice touch. And we've got the AMG performance seats, which are really nice and snug, a little bit on the harder side, but the support is really good both on your legs and on your lumbar on the side here. It's quite a high seat, which I always like. And then you get the AMG steering wheel as well, with Alcantara on the side. Well, it used to be Alcantara, it's now just a weird smooth surface. It's done 108,000 kilometers. Yeah, this is just what happens. So you can replace the steering wheel or maybe have this replaced separately. Maybe that's also possible. But this is just what happens to Alcantara after a while. Neighbor. Fellow Mercedes aficionado. And of course we've got the gear lever right there. So let's start it up. And well, I'll let you guys hear a little bit. So sport valves open. It's very loud. I do quite like the sound. You know, it dies down when you close those valves, so at least you can drive it a little bit normally when you are around, well, I don't know, animals or cities or your grandmother. So yeah, the difference is huge. Valves closed, valves open. And I do tend to like that, because it means that you can still use it and still have some fun when you want to. However, as I said, it is too much. So that edge that you get, it's just not very pleasant. It's too much. This is what even a small catalytic converter will just filter out. Some bangs as well. Traction control needs to go off. There we go. Yeah, other than that, I mean, the car picks up well, 445 horsepower, and you have those decat downpipes. Of course, you do have the optimal amount of flow because you don't have a catalytic converter. So performance is good. I mean, it is a quick car, and I do tend to like the 43s because of their usability, and because they are very versatile in their usability. You also get those dampers, as I said, which means that, you know, it is quite nice and firm. Let's do a pull away right here. I am in drive, yeah. So, stock 4.7, and we also did 4.7, but you don't have launch control, so you don't, yeah, the increase in turbo pressure from the tune, you don't really have a benefit of that as much as you would with launch control. But 4.7 still more than fast enough, and the 100 to 200 time has massively increased over stock, so you know the performance increase is definitely there. And you can also feel it just putting your foot down, especially that mid-range is very strong. So the gearbox engine combo, the gearbox is not the best from factory. It's not sharp enough, if you ask me. So other manufacturers use the ZF8 like BMW, Alfa Romeo, whatever. It's just a better gearbox for most cars. You know, it doesn't really matter if it needs to be comfortable or sporty. In general, the ZF8 is a better gearbox. You do have a manual mode over here, which is nice, and that also means that you get a little shift indicator on the top, which I also quite like. So, show that right now. Oh, it's so loud. All right, there we go, full throttle. So you can see the shift indicator there. But we're going for automatic mode for the Autobahn. We're in Sport Plus, so that means that the dampers are also in the firmest setting, but it's actually pretty nice and comfy still. Now, Bekir tried to get his top speed limiter removed by replacing the CPC, which is one of the control units. But he got the wrong one twice, and so we still have a limiter which is at around 270 kilometers an hour, I believe. But as you can see, it pulls up to 270 quite nicely. So that's the limiter. (100 to 200), we did 9.1. which is a lot quicker than stock. However, Bekir has been able to do 8.6 or something like that himself. So in ideal conditions it is even more fast, and it's also a bit warmer today. So, but 9.1 is seriously impressive compared to stock. I think we did 12.5 with a stock C43 station. So that's a good improvement. And I mean, having a V6, even though I do believe it's a little bit too much, this sound with the decat downpipes, it's so much nicer to have a V6 compared to that new C43 with the 4-cylinder, which just feels like, I don't know, not like an AMG. This at least has the drama of this V6. It weighs like 1600 kilos, which is also not bad. So yeah, it is you know, if you compare it, as I said, to that C63, it's a little bit less hardcore. It's a little bit more of a daily AMG. And it is a nice way to dip your toe into the AMG pond and you know, get ready and get started with AMGs. So that's it for this review. Bekir, thank you so much for taking your car to us. He's been a fan for a long time and he watches almost all of our videos, so keep doing that. We really like that, and we really appreciate you coming all this way to let us have a go with your C43. To you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as well. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can check out this video, this playlist, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.